Hello guys, and welcome back to the IELTS Grind. This is Michael, and we will be talking about writing task 2. Alright guys, are you ready? Remember, like and subscribe if you like this content. So, first things first. What is the difference between writing task 1 and writing task 2 in structure? Okay? We've already talked about writing task 1 a little bit. Do you remember how many paragraphs there are? If you said 3 to 4, you are correct. In writing task 1, what is your first paragraph? If you said intro, you are correct. How long is it? If you said one sentence, you are correct. And then after that, you have your overview. That's right. And this is just saying, in general terms, what the entire graph is about. Okay? It describes the big picture of the graph. Okay? And then that, again, is only 1 to 2 sentences, and it is your second paragraph. It can go at the end, but I recommend you don't put it there. Next, you have body 1. That's right. And of course, body 1 has a topic sentence, and then supporting details, supporting details, supporting details, which all connect back to your topic sentence. And in task 1, all those details are numbers. You're showing what you say in your topic sentence. And then body 2, that's right. So intro, overview, body 1, body 2, okay? And no I, no why, no conclusion. That means you don't talk about yourself, okay? You just talk about what you see. You don't say any reasons for the data, you just say what you see in the graph, and there are no conclusions in task 1. Now, forget that. It's time for writing task 2. How many paragraphs do you think there are? And how many words and how long do you have? Pause if you want to think about it. Okay, so let's jump into it. You need 250 words for writing task 2. Okay? You have 1 hour to do writing task 1 and writing task 2. Generally, I recommend you have 20 minutes to plan, write, and edit task 1, and 40 minutes to plan, write, and edit task 2. Okay? So that means you really only have 30 to 35 minutes to write, because you will be needing to plan and review. Next up is the structure. There are 4 paragraphs. Your first one is your intro, and then body 1, body 2, and your conclusion. Okay? Most of your sentences should be in body 1 and body 2. That's the meat of your essay. Your intro and your conclusion are usually only 2 to 4 sentences. What is your intro? Your intro has 2 parts. The first part, which is 1 to 2 sentences, is introducing the topic. I call this providing background or context. Okay? Basically, you're rephrasing the topic, but you have a bit more leeway compared to writing task 1. Okay? So in writing task 2, you introduce the topic, and then the last sentence in your intro, so the last sentence in your first paragraph is called your thesis. Okay? Now this is going to follow the same format for every different kind of task 2 essay except for 1. And we will get to that in a little bit. But generally it will be, this essay will discuss blah, 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 and blah, 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 blah in the following paragraphs. This, you can use different words, but that's always going to be your main idea. Now you guys are actually super lucky. When you go off to grad school, or when you go off to university, or for your PhD, a thesis is a very complicated, difficult thing that you need to write. In IELTS, it's super easy. What is it again? This essay will discuss and in the following paragraphs. That's it. Super easy. Now, body 1. How do you make a good English paragraph? Do you know? First sentence is your topic sentence. This is going to be the main idea of your paragraph. Okay? Following that is going to be your supporting details, and your supporting details are all going to connect back to your topic sentence. Okay? Now you can have supporting details that connect to previous supporting details, but the line of logic The way it connects all needs to be supporting your main idea. Okay? And then body 2 is exactly the same, just with a different idea. And your conclusion at the bottom, these are just summarizing your thesis, your topic sentence from body 1 and your topic sentence from body 2. There is only one kind of essay that does not have this kind of conclusion. Okay? So that's the basic structure, and if you know this, this will really help you with your CC, okay? And your task response in writing task 2. Next up, we have the different kinds of essays. Do you know what they are? Take a minute and write down every kind of essay that you know about. Pause. I hope you cut this out. This was disgusting. Okay, and unpause. Okay, now, opinion essay. What's your first paragraph? Your intro. The first part, you introduce the topic, and then your thesis. This is the only different thesis of all the different essays, okay? In this one, you write, I think blah, 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 blah. And you're writing if you agree or you disagree. In a later essay, we will be giving you prompts where you can practice deciding what kind of essay you need. But generally, you're just going to state your opinion, okay? Now, in body 1, you're going to say why you agree, okay? What do you think you need to say in body 2? Why you agree. Number 2, if you say why you disagree, you're wrong! I'm sorry, unless this is a balanced essay, but we'll get to that later. Body 1, intro, thesis, I think that this is a good idea. Body 1, I think this is a good idea because blah, 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 blah. Body 2, I think this is a good idea also because blah, 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 blah. And then conclusion, you summarize your previous ideas. So that was the only essay that has a different thesis. All the other theses are the same. Let's look at the next one. Let's look at advantage and disadvantage, okay? We have an advantage and disadvantage essay. First, you have your intro. You introduce the topic, summarizing the prompt, and then you have your thesis. What do you think the thesis will be? I'll give you 1 minute to write it down. And unpause. So, did you write, this essay will discuss the advantages and disadvantages of this situation in the following paragraphs? This is it. This is all you need to write for your thesis. Of course, as you learn higher level vocabulary and higher level words to say the same thing, great. But that's the idea that you need to say in your thesis. What do you think is the topic of body 1? Did you say advantages? You are correct. How about body 2? Did you say disadvantages? You are correct. And your conclusion? You summarize everything. Okay, fantastic. And again, in later videos, we will be giving you some examples that you can compare. Okay, next up, let's do problem solution. What is your thesis in problem solution? If you said, this essay will discuss this problem and offer some solutions in the following paragraphs, you are correct. What is body 1 about? If you said the problem, you are correct. How about body 2? If you said solutions, you are correct. And then your conclusion, again, you just summarize everything you said before. Now, how about a solutions essay? This one's a little tricky. In your intro, you would introduce the topic, which in this case is the problem. Then your thesis will say, this essay will discuss some solutions to this problem. And then body 1 is going to be, don't say problem, is going to be solution number 1. And then the details will be explaining solution number 1 or other solutions. And then body 2 is solution number 2. And then your conclusion is summarizing everything before it. Ooh, tough, I know. We will be analyzing essay prompts to show you exactly how this all fits together. But the important thing is that you follow these structures. If you have these structures down, it will help you a huge amount. Next up, we have another difficult one. This essay is called Two Sides Plus Opinion. What do you think your thesis is going to be? You can pause, write it down, and unpause. So, did you write down? This essay will discuss both sides and give my opinion at the end. That is the only thesis that you need for this one, okay? You don't put your opinion up here. This is not an opinion essay. Remember, only opinion essays have a different thesis. This has the same thesis as the others, okay? Now, higher level English users can use a different thesis for this. There are different ways that you can break this one down, but just to keep it simple, to make sure that you have your bases covered, that you do everything correctly, just use this thesis, okay? Two sides plus opinion essay. This essay thesis, last sentence, first paragraph, this essay will discuss both sides and give my opinion at the end. Now, body one, what do you need? That's right, the first side. You're not going to be saying, I think. You're going to be using language that says, some people believe, blah, 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 blah. And again, later we'll be getting into those with cohesive devices and what vocabulary and tone to use. This is just a general overview. How about body two? What's the topic? Did you say the other side? You are correct. And then your conclusion. This is the only essay with a different conclusion. In this conclusion, you write, that's right, your opinion. That's right. And now, there are many, many more essays. Most of them are two-parters, problem solution, cause and effect. We will be going over all of them in the future, but this is just to give you a rundown of the basic structure. If you follow this structure, your essay will look very, very beautiful. All right, guys, this has been Michael from the IELTS Grind. If you have any questions or if you have a specific type of essay you would like us to dive into first, please leave that in a comment down below. It's been great seeing you guys, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the future. Peace.